everyone! Apparently when I recorded the video yesterday, the microphone was not on. So, round two, here we go. Just double checking the microphone's on. Okay, so we are going to continue on with Unit 4. We are doing Part 2, Rational and Irrational Numbers, and our focus is going to be on volume. So we are first working volume of cylinders. Today you are going to need your notebook or paper, or you can print out the 8.1 notes that are loaded onto Google Classroom with the assignment. You need a pencil, colored pencil or pens, and then you need a calculator. So make sure that you get a calculator so that you can see we need to do some calculations with pi today. So if you don't have those materials, please pause the video and go get them. Right. Today, our learning objective. Today, I will understand how to calculate the volume of a cylinder. Okay. I will understand how the volume of a cylinder is related to volume of a rectangular prism and area of a circle. Okay. So a reminder that a rectangular prism is just like a box shape. So yeah, I'm terrible at this. So yeah, we're just going to pretend that that's a box shape. No judgment. Okay, so we know that volume is base times height times width, or maybe you call it length times width times height, doesn't matter. Base, height, width. Area of a circle, and I have a little shape drawing when I can do two-dimensional shapes, much better. Area of a circle, so we start at the center of the circle. A line that would go directly through the circle, that's the diameter. We are concerned about the radius. The radius starts in the very center of the circle and it goes to an outside piece. And area of a circle is pi times the radius squared. So we're going to be using both of those pieces today. Okay, just so you know, we're going to be using the pi button today. So if you are have your calculator with you, if you've got an iPhone, you turn it on its side to get the scientific calculator. You can find the pi button in the last row right around the middle. And when you press that pi button, you get a bunch of numbers right here. Okay. And remember, pi goes on forever, so this is just the amount of digits that calculators allow. If you've got another calculator, you might need to find the pi button. It might be a second function where you have to press the second key or maybe a shift key and find your pi button. And it's pi, P-I, by the way. It is the Greek letter. So we're going to be using that today. Okay. So in case you didn't know, a cylinder is a can shape. The top and bottom of the cylinder are circles, and they are wrapped by a rectangle. Okay, so this, you've probably worked with these before. This is called a net, where you could take these and cut these shapes out, and then you could fold them together to create the three-dimensional figure that you want. Go ahead and take a walk around your house and list as many cylindrical shaped objects as you can find. For instance, my moisturizer is in like a flat kind of cylinder. A hockey puck Okay. A soda can. Yep. Straws. Okay. So it doesn't matter how tall, skinny, short, however, there's lots of different possibilities for cylinders around. Okay. The volume of a cylinder, we get that from getting the product. Product means multiply. We get that from the area of the circle and the height of our cylinder. Okay. And the formula for volume of a cylinder is pi times the radius squared times the height. So this piece right here, this is area of a circle, the pi times radius squared. Okay. So we have the radius, we have our height. So we're going to square the radius, multiply that by the height, and then by pi. Let's go ahead and do some practice problems. So if you did not print out the notes, if you would pause the video right now and go ahead and sketch the two cylinders that are given and make sure you write down their information, and then press play when you're ready to do the practice problems. Okay, so we've got our radius of 3 and our height of 6. So our volume formula is pi times the radius squared times the height. So we'll just fill in some numbers. Our radius is 3 and our height is 6. According to order of operations, we are going to do the 3 squared first, so pi stays. 3 squared is 9. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and multiply these two numbers first. So 9 times 6 is 54. And then we multiply 54 by pi, and that comes out, and we're going to round to the nearest tenth, by the way. That's 1 decimal place. And when we do that on our calculator, it comes out to be 169.6. And then don't forget the label. So our label is centimeters. And volume is talking about three-dimensional figures. It's how much we can fill it. So it's centimeters cubed. Okay. Number 2, our radius is 4, our height is 15. We're starting off with the same formula, pi times the radius squared times the height. So pi, our radius is 4, our height is 15. 4 squared is 16. 16 times 15 is 240. And when we multiply pi times 240, we actually get 753.98. So when we try to round to the nearest tenth, that 8 will bump the 9 to a 10, and we can't put a 10 there. So it comes out, we're going to actually bump the ones place as well. So our volume comes out to be 754.0, our label feet, and then don't forget the cubed because we're talking about volume, which means it's a three-dimensional figure. Okay, so today for homework, it's listed on Google Classroom as Tuesday homework. There is a link to the Big Ideas Math webpage. So first you're going to watch the video that Mrs. Reed made explaining to you how you get to the Big Ideas stuff. If you have any technical difficulties, the homework is section 8.1 in the text, page 338, and you're doing numbers 3 through 11. If you do that, do the work and email me a picture. Tomorrow, we'll finish our 8.1 notes. So I hope you have a great day, and let me know if you've got any problems.